he has to really draw some serious boundaries with her while also protecting her. So I don't know, there's a real tension in their friendship this season that wasn't in season 1.
Hey everyone, I'm Anna Rumer with PopCulture, and today we have with us Griffin Matthews and Mae Martin to talk about season 2 of The Flight Attendant, which premieres on April 21st on HBO Max. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for joining me today. I'm super excited to talk about the new season. Griffin, can you tell me a little bit about what it was like returning for the second season after all the success of the first? And then Mae, can you tell me about joining the show after everyone was obsessed with season 1?
I think returning to season 2, first of all, it felt like a gift because we didn't know our show was going to be such a hit. And second, I will say that we felt a responsibility, or I felt a responsibility to the fans to not rest, not rest on season 1. We had to do it all over again. So smartly, our writers and producers, switched locations. Now we're in LA, brought in some new cast members. Hello, Mae. And a new mystery, a new murder. It felt like they really tried to turn up the dial for not just the comedy, but the drama and the emotional life. We honor what the world did for the last 2 years. Yeah. And so I think when we get emotional this season, we really do it. We are really tackling some very real issues. So.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
What about you, Mae?
Well, for me, just as a fan of the show and having binged it in lockdown, and I loved it so much. I loved the escapism. And then, so I was so relieved as a fan when I started reading the scripts, and it was like, oh, they've turned it up to 11 and they've managed to keep that emotional weight. And also season 2s are always great because the writers are writing with the actors in mind. They know their voices and everybody knows, where they sit in the world of the show. So yeah, I think it's elevated, if anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and Griffin, tell me a little bit about what Shane's been up to since we kind of figured out what he was really about last season. We get a different side to him this season, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I think Shane, now that the secret's out, that he is still a flight attendant, but he's working when he's a flight attendant. You now know
right.
that. And so it was a different job this year because I knew that I had to try to represent the CIA. I knew I had to pick that up. And also, meanwhile, Cassie is falling apart, so her drama and her mess starts spilling out into Shane's life. And he has to really draw some serious boundaries with her while also protecting her. So I don't know, there's a real tension in their friendship this season that wasn't in season 1. And I think we hit some real emotional valleys and comedic peaks that are true to life, so I'm excited for people to see them really wrestle with their newfound friendship.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and Mae, tell me a little bit about Grace. She's like super cool. There's some intrigue there.
She's mysterious. Any new character that enters this show, you're like immediately suspicious because you're like, yeah. What are they hiding? How are they going to affect Cassie or vice versa? But I think they're kindred spirits in a way, Cassie and Grace, and that they're both kind of anti-authority and rebellious. Grace is a dangerous influence for Cassie with her new sobriety. But yeah, of course, the version of herself that she's presenting is not her real self. So it's kind of drip fed through the season with some good twists at the end that I really have been frustrated not to be able to say today.
Oh, I know. I've gotten to see through episode 6 and I'm like, come on, you got to give me the rest of the season. There's so much to come. Well, yeah. and I'm super curious, Grace does kind of feel like an alt universe version of Cassie, like a younger alt universe version of Cassie. Were you actively kind of trying to play with that, or is that just coming through in the script and in the storyline?
That's interesting. I think they definitely have immediate chemistry. And I think like when you have a secret, that can be quite a lonely thing. And they both have secrets. And so they find solace in each other. And Cassie turns to Grace when she feels like she's being judged by other people. And so I guess you're right. They're mirror versions of each other in a way.
Yeah. Well, and Griffin, I feel like Shane and you got so much love last season. you were so funny, and yet you were still this heart of the show too. Do you get to spread your wings a little bit more in season 2? Or are you giving us a little bit different now that we know more about your secret double life?
Well, I'm trying my wings. I think that Cassie keeps, she keeps knocking me down. She's a mess, but what I think happens for Shane this year is that you get to see his life. You get to see his life behind the scenes, and he's fighting for love. He's fighting for his future as well. So that's new.
Mm-hmm.
I will also say that one of the things that is so tricky about this show, like May was saying, everyone that comes on, you don't know what their real story is. And so there were conversations inside of this season. I hope I'm not spoiling things, but like, you go to Shane's apartment, and then we were like, is this really Shane's apartment? Is that what dress is like when he's off? There's so much now that you don't know who anybody is. You almost can't even trust it. So we were playing with that season. I'm excited to see how that unfolds.
Oh my gosh. Well, as a viewer, I know the tension is like crazy. I'm sweating watching these episodes. Is that something that as actors you were actively playing up, trying to make it more of an intense moment?
There's like this fizzing tension in Kaley's performance that is really infectious. And so, when you're opposite her and every take she's doing is different and bubbling with this kind of tension, that it's impossible not to.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like our writers have secrets, like we're back there scheming. We're like, could you just tell us what it is? And they kind of keep things ambiguous. And I think that sometimes it's actually really good because it forces you as the actor to make decisions, and you hope you're inside of the right box. But I think, like I said, there are some things that I still do not know about Shane. They will not tell me about Shane. And so I have to make decisions and hope that they align. But that's part of the excitement of the show. Even to make it, it's part of the excitement.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, did each of you have any particular scene or episode that was extra exciting or extra fun to film?
For me, it's in episode 7. It's finally getting to get to the bottom of Grace and what she's up to and what's troubling her. Because I think you kind of feel this, the weight of the world is on her shoulders a bit. But so episode 7 was really fun, and also just like very cinematic, which was exciting.
There's so many spoilers. I don't know. I can't really say all the things that I love, but there is a guest star this season that is really special for me. I've always said, like, you read a script and then it changes when they cast a person opposite you. And that gets exciting because it could be a whole new ball game when the other actor walks through the door. So I'm excited for people to get to see Shane at home.
Oh, yeah. Yes, absolutely. And everyone keeps mentioning episode 7. I've only gotten to see up to episode 6. You're all driving me crazy.
We haven't seen it either. We don't.
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
We're all here in the same lurch then. Well, I really appreciate you talking with me today. I can't wait for everyone to see the season, and thanks for your time.